This is Mechanic Dave. So this is the second winter that the Veloster has been in, and so far it's been doing pretty good. There is one major complaint that I have about the car. It's not going to enhance its performance or any way, more just make it more comfortable for me to drive. Let me show you what it is real quick. So in here is an odometer boost meter. It goes from 0 to 30 psi. Typically these cars float around 18 to 20. And this boost gauge was in the car when I bought it. In fact, you can even see the drill holes that the previous moron did beforehand. Just a gauge sticking up like that, so ugly, covered in electrical tape, was gross. So I got this pod, drilled a hole in the pillar, and put new line in it, because I think I still have it. Is this it? Yes. The boost line was completely caved flat, which meant it wasn't getting the proper boost reading. So I redid it. I redid the entire line in this car. Show ya. Bitch. I used copper hardline and reran that because I know I can get that to bend and it won't go flat where I put it. Absolutely filthy engine bay, by the way. No coolant right now. Mint. So I routed copper hardline all the way up through the floor, through the firewall, up the dash, into the pillar, and out that gauge. And it did pretty good for a little bit. However, let me show you a video I took. Now, it makes that noise pretty much constantly. And it gets worse in the wintertime. And I've had that whole system apart a total of 5 times. I have tried tape. I have tried thread sealant. I have tried tightening everything to the point where another torque down, it's going to break the brass fittings. I have tried everything in my power to get this thing to stop going tick, 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 tick. And it only does that when you're on very light throttle, like you're cruising along, running over a couple of old people, or when it's completely at idle, waiting for the old people to cross the road. It'll just tick, 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 tick. And that shit drives a man insane. So my goal in this video is to get it to stop ticking. I have a brand new boost gauge. I'll show you in 1 second. Wasn't stupid expensive, and it shouldn't be very hard to do. But we're gonna get rid of all of that hard line, get rid of that fucking gauge that probably is broken internally, and we're gonna replace it with something new. Let me show you. This is an AEM electronic performance gauge. So what this gauge does, let me show you. Oh, so pretty. And you might see OBD2. What it does is it plugs into the OBD2 port in this car. And it's gonna act as a boost gauge, oil temp gauge, oil pressure gauge, OBD2 reader, basically anything I need in the car. Now, this gauge was like $170. Not crazy, and it shouldn't be hard to install. And best of all, it also shows AFR, which is nice. AFR, boost. So that's some number I'm hoping to see, actually, 22.7. Probably not. Like I said, this car has a stock turbo and a stock tune, and it probably will only get up to about 20 PSI max. So I'm just hoping that this gauge not only looks better and clears codes, every now and then it'll pop a code because of the Chinese blow-off valve and then the Mac blow-off valve solenoid that's in there. That's actually a performance part, by the way, not just some cheap Chinesium. And every now and then it pops a boost pressure regulator code or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know. and it's just really irritating. So this will give me the chance to clear it and also read my boost pressure. It's got a little light in there somewhere, I don't know where. So I'm not sure, but it should be very easy to install. All right, so first things first, to get this boost gauge in, OBD gauge, whatever gauge, we are going to need to do something about this T. So I don't know if I have something I can plug it with, or if I can replace this whole line. There seems to be something in there though, so I don't really know. All right, here's what I came up with. Just a brass connector in between, no joints, and then just put those hose clamps, made sure they were nice and tight. This little bulge right here is a check valve, so we don't want to mess up the direction of that. So it should still work just fine, and it's just gonna go right in there like that. So I tried just using the one piece of hose, but I couldn't get a clamp that was easy to put on the bottom to that nipple onto the throttle body. So this is just what we're doing for now. It's whatever. All right, that's all put back together, and it's actually held together in its original spot, and not with zip ties up here somewhere. It's got a tiny curve to it. That should not hurt anything. I don't think rubber's gonna block flow of anything. So now we're just left with this fucking thing, which we can now go inside and yank it out all the way through and pull the gauge out and down. All right, there's 4 screws that are holding this in. So once I get that out and get the gauge all out, we'll go underneath the dash and unhook every zip tie. All right, so I want to show you how this guy had wired everything. First of all, he used the worst possible connector on 2 different color wires. And then I would assume that's shrink wrap that hasn't been shrunk. And then that's just ground. Ground goes to the frame of the dash, which is fine. But then we follow the white power wire, and it turns out it's just stuffed right into a fuse, because that's not dangerous at all. Power wires removed. Inside boost line removed. Fuse back in. All right, which means this whole thing should be free. Look at that. Now, I had 3D printed this ring so that the gauge would work in the pod, because the pod was larger diameter than the gauge. Don't know if I'll end up reusing it or not, but if I will, I kind of want to paint it. So, yeah. Trash. And that should just, woo! Sweet! All right, that is now taken care of. All right, everything is out. Pod out, gauge out, and then 3D printed rings. I forgot it was a 2-piece deal, and I mean, it was obviously, it's just plastic, but it's been deformed a little bit. I mean, this thing's been cranked in there because all the time, sometimes to get it to quiet up, what you do is you just twist it a little bit, and it would stop, but over time it would eventually rotate back. So you can't hurt anyone anymore. Save the light bulb though. Ooh, it's an LED. I forgot about that. Mint. All right, and then that can go in the trash. Kobe. Woo! Right. See if we can't get it out of a box without breaking it. Cool. A nice gauge face, nice and black. Should go well with the pod. Oh, it fits. I don't need that ring. Although if it gets tightened in the wrong area, there's going to be a gap, which is lame. But I don't need the ring. What is this? A rubber band? Don't need that. And then there is the creme de la creme. Plugs into the OBD, plugs into the gauge. That's it. It's just that easy. What do we have in here? Oh, is that a sticker? Yeah, sticker! Oh, let's see. I cleaned off my the trim. So it's going to want to go like that. And then through the gauge pod. And then just like that. Cool. All right. It's been plugged in. It lit up and said OBD2. It's all reinstalled. I decided to clean this piece because there had handprints all over from some jackass. Put that cover back on. I ended up using the inner and outer rings just because it grabbed a little bit better. So I think I'm going to try it out, see what happens. All right, so I had to watch a couple of videos because the instructions that came with the box, you scan them and it doesn't work. And then you look online and you can't see what all the different modes actually are. So that's kind of irritating, but I think I'm in boost pressure right now. It's INTP for boost, and I think it's working. I mean, I don't know. I mean, engine's all up to temperature. I say maybe close the hood and go for a little rip and see what's what. I can kind of know when what PSI should be showing for RPM wise. So I don't know. I guess go for a drive and see. But you can go through page and see all these different modes. So engine RPM, vehicle speed, all sorts of shit. And then DTCs for engine codes. I don't have one right now, but I'm sure one will pop at some point in my life. So I think I'm gonna leave it where it's at. It's strange that it just floats at like 5 PSI idle. I'll keep playing around with it, but I say we go for a drive. All right, so I'm in third gear right now. We'll do a pull in a second. Come up on a straightaway where we actually can. I just saw 18. That wasn't even any beans. I feel like it shouldn't make boost in very low RPMs. So we're coming up on a straightaway here. Go into it. That was just about 30 PSI of boost. There's no fucking way that this car makes 30 PSI on a stock tune. That's really weird. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in the next video. Car's getting low on fuel, so I'm gonna have to address something about that. I really don't know. Oh shit, I almost dropped the fucking camera. Holy shit. It's getting low on fuel. I really don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It's oh yeah, gas. It's hard to find.